The QUT Law and Justice faculty gave students the opportunity to engage in the professional placement program, where they offered an externship to Cambodia. The team that went consisted of the QUT supervisor and representative Jody, our on-site CIS Australian supervisor Sam, 6 justice students and 10 law students. As you can see, we bonded well and enjoyed tackling the experience together as a team. We departed Australia with instruction to meet in Cambodia on the 25th of June. We were there for 16 days with an absolutely jam-packed itinerary between Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. We learnt so much, and by being able to compare Australia to Cambodia was a great learning tool. On the surface, we were faced with big initial differences, such as the food we ate, the way we learnt, and our transport from cars to tuk-tuks. We went with the intention of broadening our personal, professional and educational horizons through a social justice perspective. While in Cambodia, many of the visits addressed topics of law and government systems and processes, big social issues within Cambodia. I'll briefly acknowledge the historical background of Cambodia and the Khmer Rouge because it sets the groundwork for the government systems and the legal systems. We'll then talk about the NGOs, and from there lead on to the social factors that implicate the lives of Cambodians. The Khmer Rouge regime was a mass genocide by the totalitarian leader at the time, Pol Pot. He killed 25% of the population over 4 years. In our travels, we visited the S21 prison, where the educated members of society were tortured during the regime. We then visited the killing fields, where people were taken and slaughtered to be left in mass graves. Today, they are a form of dark tourism. The corruption of the Cambodian government is somewhat attributed to some of the leaders from the Khmer Rouge still being government officials today. To contextualize the atrocities of the Khmer Rouge for a group of justice and law students, we visited the ECCC, the Extraordinary Chambers Tribunal, where members of the Khmer Rouge were being prosecuted for their crimes against humanity. We were lucky enough to be spoken to by both the prosecution and the other legal agencies we had the privilege of engaging with were the Australian Embassy and an attorney, Sok Sam Sion, who was engaged in the Cambodian Defenders Project. It was interesting to see how other legal professionals operate within a country which has great laws but a poor operation of them. A lot of the agencies we visited were NGOs, non-government organisations that worked tirelessly to help individuals who have been victims of crime or to just improve the lives of Cambodians. The scope of work that NGOs do cover everything from protection and care of victims to the prosecution of crimes, prevention of future crimes, as well as advocacy, education and training for communities and individuals. NGOs fill in the gap over government services, which are few and far between. Despite this, they still have to work with government departments and the law to deliver services that we in Australia expect from our own government and all government organisations. The agencies of APLE, ACT, Hagar, the CCPCR and UNICEF were all places that address social justice issues against individuals in Cambodia. NGOs face a host of challenges. They operate in a poverty-stricken country with a corrupt government and a system that doesn't really work. The legal system is reactive and not proactive in its laws and function. NGOs struggle for resources and for funding. Amidst these challenges, NGOs make the most of what they have, and they make a difference in people's lives on an everyday basis. Without NGOs, Cambodia would be a lot worse off than it currently is, because they really do help make society function. Many of the people that work at NGOs are Cambodians themselves. After the Khmer Rouge, the system is rebuilding from the bottom up through re-establishing the education system.
Created using Powtoon.